Speaker number 1, Toastmaster Charles Huckabee. Woo! Charles first joined Toastmasters in 1995. Wow. Charles is a past president and ATM. Charles has 3 daughters, one of which is graduating from college this summer. 2 down, 1 to go. Charles is a financial advisor and lives in Winter Park. Charles' speech is entitled, "If you have something to say, say it." Please welcome ATM Charles Huckabee.
Good morning, Toastmasters. Good morning. So my speech today is about laundering generalities and non-specifics. You'll be enthralled, complete with nothingness. So, when I started in my business 30 years ago, I was cold calling every day. So, we were required to wear a suit, Tyler. To my millennials in the crowd, a suit and a tie is required for professional sales, regardless if you're going to be face-to-face, making eye contact, or if you're on the phone. So what were the prerequisites and the requirements to come in and beat the phone and make 200 to 300 phone calls a day? It was like going to the salt mines. You had to psych yourself up to do it. But once you did it, and you were in the groove, and you had a couple of positive responses, everything clicked. You found your groove. You found your rhythm. Everything, it was a good day all of a sudden. But if you feared the phone, if you feared that first icebreaker, and you sat there and you thought about it, you're done. It's overthinking the very simple. So I would put on my desk every day a mirror so I could see myself. So before I got on the phone, I would smile. I would go in the bathroom and woo-hoo-hoo! I would make jokes and laugh. I can make myself laugh pretty easily, but you know, I would do this like shadow boxing. Then I would go back to my desk and I would start my day. So when I started this job in the brokerage industry, I worked on a bond desk and I sold tax-free municipal bonds. Rates were at 10.5% and 11% tax-free for 10 years. AAA rated and insured. How hard could that be to sell when rates today are at 3? Well, it took work. What do you mean you don't have any money? Sell the house. you have to make fun and games out of it, but you had to get into that mode. So we were required to come in with a suit and a tie, regardless if we're on the phone or not, because you never know when one of those phone calls might turn into an appointment, right? And you're required to put on your suit and tie. You've already got it on. Get in the car and go out and meet somebody, because I called businesses all day long, and that actually happened repeatedly. The better I got at it, the more it happened. The more I challenged myself, the better I got at it. So fast forward 30 years later, I haven't cold called, and I can't remember how long. So a buddy of mine that I know works for a leasing company downtown, like a JLL, Jones LaSalle. It's like one of the big real estate companies. He cold calls every day. So I started talking to him. And I started asking what he does. His script. What are you saying? How are you doing this? So we started role-playing back and forth. And he would tell me stories, and I started getting excited. It was like, you know, finding your game again. And so it started getting me mentally prepared, and I started doing it again. So one of the things I've learned and relearned, and it was like a fish to water. I started doing it again. It was just so natural and so easy. But there's a few things that we need to do. As anybody selling yourself or your product, you're always selling yourself first, and then whatever service or product you represent or company. Right? Right. Yeah. Right. So Dress accordingly to your audience. It's like going on an interview. You represent the company. You're not representing you. You're not representing your individuality. You're representing the company you want a job with. Well, when I cold call somebody, I want them to hire me. So I've got to look the only way I know how to look. I have no game when it comes to wardrobe. This is you're looking at. Pretty flat line. But you know what? Generally accepted, universal. So I'll go with that. Boring is good. Blue, gray, white shirt, tan leather, or whatever shoes. So, but people notice that kind of stuff. The other thing is, smile and make contact. Hi, my name's Charles Huckabee. Hi. Nice to meet you today. So that goes a long, long way. It breaks down any, it breaks down any nervousness, any suspicion, and it just puts things right where they're supposed to be. It opens people up. The other thing is, be authentic. Be yourself. Breathe. Use yoga breathing. Whatever you need to do to get your heart rate down, just like when you get up here and give a speech. Breathe. Let it flow. I'm not going to do yoga for you guys, but it works. So what is old is new. And we can all learn regardless of where we're at in life or in our career. So I thought I knew and know everything. And I know very little. But I do know a few things. One story real quick and then I'll shut up. When I first got in the brokerage business, there was a bullpen. It was just like the movie Wall Street. When somebody was having success, everybody would kind of go huddle around the guy's desk. And there was always one or two guys in the bullpen who were making all the money. Now, we didn't lie and cheat and steal like they did in Wall Street, but we did listen to the guy's pitch so we could all learn and hone our skills. A new hire, the guy worked for IBM, very well trained, impeccably dressed, had all the mannerisms and all the etiquette down pat, but he stuttered. He had a speech impediment. But this is one of the hardest working guys I've ever seen in my life. He worked diligently at overcoming everything that he thought was holding him back. Within 5 years, he was $1 million producer, had the corner office and all the success, and he stuttered very little. It was amazing, the transformation, just from hard work and focus. So, smile, be yourself. Thank you.